Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think only a tard would be surprised to hear what's going on with China and Russia, which is the Chinese provided the Russians with military equipment. I think we all knew that, so if you didn't know, now you know. You don't have to believe me, but you're going to obviously believe Business Insider reporting that through me. So let's see, I'm the tool of Business Insider right now, if you know what I mean. So China is sending enough military gear, including drones, to Russia to equip an army, thanks to a loophole in the West's attempt to stop Putin's war machine, reports say. Remember when Saddam Hussein's military was called war machine? Okay, and hey, by the way, why did they impose the first set of sanctions to Russia, against Russia, on Russia? To destroy Putin's war machine. Did it work? It seems like 12 times and it still didn't work. They have no more aces in their little sleeves to use. That's it. So again, they're destroying Russia's war machine. I have another article ready for you to make a video on with Russia's, you can't believe it, positive growth. I mean, its growth is a positive, but anyway, positive growth of their economy by IMF. Okay, so they are International Monetary Fund. They are suggesting that Russia will have a 1.8 or something growth. What's going on here? It seems like those sanctions don't really work. Then try the same thing over and over, like the sanctions, and they would work maybe. If you don't change anything, everything is good. Just continue the war, continue the sanctions, because the Russian economy is going down. The Russians just announced they have their digital ruble right now. So they have cash, they have transactionary, and then they have like credit card and all this, and then they have the other kind of ruble now, which is very interesting. They got three methods. I don't know if that's good or bad, but let's go to this article here. So the digital ruble is on. I think it's been signed yesterday. Russian buyers are ordering significant amounts of Chinese military equipment. It has imported more than $100 million in drones from China this year alone, the report says. China is using loopholes for equipment that can have both civilian and military use, it said. China has sent Russia enough military equipment to outfit an army, using loopholes in Western sanctions over Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Politico reported. Not necessarily that's true, but hey, I think this is just a confirmation of something that I think it's obvious. But obvious doesn't mean evidence. Politico, using evidence such as custom records, reported that Chinese manufacturers were delivering significant quantities of equipment to help Russia in its fight against Ukraine. This includes enough protective gear to equip many of the troops Russia has mobilized for its invasion, as well as drones that can direct artillery fire and drop grenades on Ukrainian forces. Chinese manufacturers have also sent thermal optical sights that can target soldiers at night, the report said. Overall, Russia has imported more than $100 million worth of drones from China since the start of this year, as well as $225 million in ceramics, which can be used in body armor, a 69% increase over 2022, Politico reported. Chinese companies are exploiting a loophole to send this equipment. The gear is considered non-lethal and seen as dual use, which means it can have civilian as well as military applications. Like, for instance, you have a pickup truck, you can install a little thing over there called Vampire, and then that would help you. So here you have it. So that means pickup trucks now are considered military vehicles, which they are, if you use them for that. This leaves Western authorities with an excuse if they don't want to confront China on the issue, Politico reported. China has repeatedly denied sending military equipment to Russia since it's launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Hey, unprovoked, you forgot that thing. in February 2022. But Ukraine said earlier this year that it was finding a growing number of Chinese parts in Russian weapons that it captured, including drones and tanks. And US intelligence, oh my god, we trust those guys, don't we? Obtained by the Washington Post in April showed that China approved the provision of lethal Jesus Christ, lethal aid to Russia earlier this year and planned to send military equipment disguised as civilian equipment. The US said it had not seen any evidence that China had given weapons or lethal aid. The custom records obtained by Politico showed Russian buyers declaring orders for hundreds of thousands of bulletproof vests and helmets made by a company called Shanghai Agewin. All right, Russia has been struggling. Tra-la-la. Okay, this give us here what we need to know about who's winning and who's losing, and we already know that they are, right? Yeah. It says, they say here that what is very clear is that China, for all it claims that it is a neutral actor, is in fact supporting Russia's position in the war. End quote. Helena Legarda, expert. Okay, expert, you say the obvious. Of course, because China knows that they are next and that Russia is just a stepping rock or stone to get them. That's what it is. So yes, my dear Helena, whatever your name is, you're definitely right, but a toddler could guess that one. So thank you very much for saying it out loud for us, because we were too ill to figure it out. But anyway, it's true. It's true. And even if the Americans find out that, let's say, the Chinese will send tanks to Russia, what will they do? More than they already do. They're going to start an economic war with China? No. Why? Because we produce shit. They produce everything. So if we do that and say, okay, how about a month? The Chinese people take a vacation 1 month. Go to the beaches, go to the mountains, go do some hiking, biking, whatever you do. 1 month paid, you're good to go. What do you think we'll do here? We're going to do the same thing? Yeah, let's go hiking this month because the Chinese are just enjoying themselves. No, we'll be starving and we'll be dying as flies. Just take the medicine that's produced over there. You don't have to do everything else you got from them. A lot of things, let's put it this way. So I think in an economic war, if they do it 1 month, these guys are the same as the truck drivers. Hey, well, if the truck drivers stop driving their trucks 1 day, they fuck everything up. But they don't. Why? For many, many reasons. I'm just saying. They have the power, it's just that they're not united and the decision was not made because the unions are so good. Yeah, okay. Hofa is an example. That's what they want to turn China into by Russia, an example to everybody else. Just cross us and we're going to see it. We're going to meet Hofa somewhere in the bottom of a lake or something. Or maybe, I don't know, 20 feet under. So this is it, my friends. I expected this. I'm waiting for the information to come to us, to be allowed to be distributed. Because remember, certain things are not allowed to be said in the open because they don't want to create problems. Let's say tomorrow the US intelligence says, yes, the Chinese provide these weapons. What do you think will be the next question? What are we going to do about it? And they will tell you, we can't do anything. And that's going to be bad. Because they can't say we're going to do something, because if we're going to do something, it's going to be bad for both sides. But I think we're going to be immediately affected by lack of necessary goods, needed goods. Not them, they produce how much they want. And they have resources, how many they want. From the Russians, they have the energy, resources they have all over the world. What resources they get from United States of America? I tell you what, a market where they sell their shit. And we buy it because these guys are printing money and they borrow. Capisci? Understand? That's what it is. Otherwise, if we would not print money as we do, if we not have increased the capability to ask for loans, if we are just left alone, we work in a deficit. That means we consume more than we produce. So that means what? Bankruptcy. But we consume because these guys are giving us money that we don't deserve, actually. All right, and China doesn't work that way, does not. And look, for instance, at investments. Who invests in whom? And find out. It's a war out there. You can't just, oh, we're going to smack you. That's why they are, China, yes. You're going to be tricky. They can't come out and say, yes, they do it. Because they will be asked the next question. And the mass media plays along because it belongs to them. Yeah, all right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.